The new year is coming, and with that comes new attitude and new adventures. It is the time of the year where we reflect on the past and then also put in motion the resolutions for our future. But with this attitude, it requires a new and bolder type of energy to experiment, to express ourselves, and to get out there and pursue our new resolutions and our new goals for the new year. Maybe you want to start a new business, create more, or just do YouTube videos. Or maybe you simply want to be a better version of yourself. Either way, it's a great time to start anew. Welcome to this week's episode of the Art Boy channel. This episode, we're going to be talking about Pantone's color of the year. So earlier this month, Pantone announced their color of the year. It is called Viva Magenta, and essentially it is rooted in the red color family. So at this year's color of the year announcement, they pointed out a couple of things, and I just wanted to read some of the quotes and share that kind of insight when it comes to the color of the year, how they make that choice, and also why they decide to go this route, or what does it say about life itself right now. So the Pantone color of the year is Viva Magenta, or 18-1750. They say Viva Magenta is a brave and fearless red shade demonstrating new signal of strength. It's powerful and empowering. And they also talk about how Viva Magenta vibrates with vim and vigor, encouraging experimentation and self-expression without restraint. They say the color is audacious, full of wit, inclusive of all, and it welcomes anyone and everyone with the same enthusiasm for life and anyone with a rebellious spirit. So, what does all of this mean? Why does Pantone get to choose the color of the year? And where do we go from this? Like, what does this have to do with every creator out there? So essentially, when it comes to color and choosing the color of the year, Pantone is seen as a formal system that basically keep records of colors and give certain colors, or give the colors that they have in their color palette a number identity. This makes designing and printing and just color theory and working with colors, if you're an artist, designer, colorist, editor, anything like that, it makes it easy for you to pick a color and able to translate that onto paper or in visuals or in print. So each color basically has a identification number. And so with that being said, why does Pantone get to do this? I mean, I personally don't know who assigned Pantone to do this, but essentially I think it's a brilliant system. I think they're doing a really nice thing. And I think it's cool to have, one central place that we could all go as creatives to, pull out a color palette and work with color identity to tell stories. I know for colors in general, colors go way beyond just a bright pink or a bright or a light pink or something like that. Colors could be used as markers, right? For brands. There's artists and things that we associate very specifically with colors. When it comes to filmmaking, you could go from a warm color, which makes a shot or the scene feel cozy and full of life, or you could go for a blue color or a blue tone color, right? And that brings in a lot of coldness, a lot of loneliness, right? And that says a lot in the frame, right? Sometimes when, as as editor, especially me myself, I'm very big on what colors I use to demonstrate what. Most viewers don't actually know, that the color that they see on screen is affecting them and how they feel and what they do. But at the end of the day, color scientists, designers, artists, filmmakers, colorists, graphic people, all of those people, they know what colors mean, they know what impact it has. Then let's go into the branding side of color. Like, for example, if someone gives you two gifts and it's two jewelry box and one is Tiffany blue, right, or Tiffany green, I think it's Tiffany blue, but one is Tiffany blue and the next one is just a regular box, for sure most people is going to pick the Tiffany blue. Why? Because Tiffany blue is associated with luxury. It's associated with very expensive things, very exquisite taste. And I mean, I can't blame somebody for choosing Tiffany blue over a regular brown box or something, right? When it comes to like the post-it note does actually have a copyright on that post-it note yellow. And yes, that's what I discovered. Like, yes, you can copyright colors. Post-it does have I think it's like a carnary yellow copyright. And they've been to court with people who try to use that same color. When I came across that information, I said to myself, should an artist be able to, own a color, or should a brand be able to own a color? Because colors, it comes from nature, and I get it. You might just want to use a certain set of colors to represent your brand or represent what you're all about. But at the same time, is it fair for you to own that color? Stop someone else from using that color. Color speaks volume. For me, personally, when it comes to color, if you watch most of my videos or even watch most of my films and look at my posts on Instagram, I know on my art page, there is a lot of, I use the outline or the box to frame my artwork when I present it, and that is always a red color. And there is a reasoning behind it. For me, essentially, red is sort of one of the first colors your eyes is attracted to. And red also gives like an alert. It means something of importance is there. When I create a scene, and I use red so much. So when I create a scene, right? I've created a scene before where I told everyone they need to wear neutral colors. So nothing close to red. So it was just brown, black, beige, and those colors. And then the main actress, the person that I wanted to stand out, I told them, you have to wear a red dress in that scene. And so when that comes up on screen and you see that, like right away, when you look on that film or you look on that frame, you realize who is the most important character. So, what does the color of the year, Viva Magenta, means to creators out there? I mean, essentially, what normally happens or what I normally see happen is you have some brands who will go on to create exclusive products with that specific color, and also to you have artists that might use that color prominently in their work just for that year. Will I be employing that color into my work more often this year? Maybe not. If it doesn't call for, I'm not a creator that just rides on trends, or because it's the color of the year, I'm gonna use it. Because to me, the color of the year or the color or the pen or the type of camera, all of that is just a tool. If that's the tool that you need to say what you need to say as an artist, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with using the color of the year. I'm okay with using a specific camera, a specific lens. But essentially, it's just a tool. So there is actually people that do not agree with the color of the year. I saw people complaining about how, you know, given the year that we had with the war in Europe and all of that, it's really insensitive for them to use like, you know, like a red-ish color because, you know, it just reminds them of bloodshed and all of that stuff. And I was like, oh, I didn't look at it that deeply, you know, and I'm not gonna fault people for having their opinion. I'm not gonna knock Pantone for choosing that color. I like the color, but as for me using it, not sure how much I will use it. But what I would like to do is a giveaway. My giveaway is one lucky subscriber to my channel within the first 100 subscribers. I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber. You will win, actually, a painting, a custom painting from me. And so, yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you want to have a chance of winning my color of the year painting. My question, something to think about. Do you think artists, brands, or any one entity should be able to own a color and stop others from using that color? Please comment your responses. Tell me why you think they should or should not. And I'll be sure to pick out any comment that I find interesting and respond to that. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Thank you.